what's up? Hello. If you're new here, my name is Kayla and you're watching Kayla's Bookish Vibes. Today's video is going to be the Booktube Journey Tag. I was tagged to this video by Diamond from Jaded Reads. I will leave her channel linked down below, as well as the original creator of this book tag. This tag came at the perfect time, y'all, because tomorrow is Sunday and I don't actually have a video to put up tomorrow. And I was just gonna allow tomorrow to be a break day. But then I got this in my mentions and I was like, oh, this is perfect. I can sit down, film this video. The questions are so fun, in my opinion, and we can have it up by tomorrow. So that's what we're going to do. We're going to film this video and answer some questions about my Booktube journey. Okay, question number 1. How long have you been watching Booktube? So what I'm going to do is just go to look this up like on YouTube. Like when I created this channel. I created this channel in order to watch more Booktube content because I had another channel that I was using and that was like more lifestyle content, and I got tired of watching lifestyle content and I just wanted to watch nothing but Booktube. So I was like, I'm gonna create a channel where I only subscribe to booktubers, and so that way my timeline will only be booktubers. So I created this one on February 13th of 2021. So that's how long I've been watching Booktube. Question number 2, how long have you been making Booktube videos? So although I made this channel on February 13, 2021, my first video that I made was 6 months ago. When was this? This was uploaded January 12th of 2024. It was actually one of my New Year's goals, create a Booktube channel. I got back into reading after having children. So mind you, I was watching Booktube videos since 2021. But even from like 2021 to 2023, I wasn't necessarily reading them. So the question was, how long have you been making Booktube videos? I've been making Booktube videos now for 7 months, I guess, going into our 7th month. I'm gonna try and stick to the questions and answer them and not ramble. What made you start making videos? It was a New Year's resolution. So at the top of 2023, when I got back into reading, I discovered Book Talk first. That was like my first Bookish platform that I discovered and like really started making content on, I guess you could say. And it was just on like popcorn from there. I enjoyed it for quite a while. I still kind of enjoy it. Sometimes though, I think the Book Talk space can be kind of mean. You know, life can be hard and I don't want the bookish space to be hard. So I just kind of like weaned myself off of Book Talk. And when I noticed that happening, I was like, well, why not just try Booktube? You know, it's not like a social media platform where you sit and scroll. Like, you just watch videos, and these videos are typically just about the books, and then you can click off, and it's not like you have to make a picture every single day, and it's not like the algorithm is just a bit different. You don't have to feed the beast every day, you know, like you can post twice a week, once a week, and just keep it pushing, once a month if you wanted to, you know. And so that transition was like, okay, Book Talk is kind of like stressing you out a little bit. Why not try Booktube? You would really love watching Booktube. You love YouTube in general, the long form content of it. You love making those. So why not just try Booktube? So that's what made me start making Booktube videos. Number 4, are there any people who have played a significant role in your Booktube journey? I guess if you mean like who has encouraged me to make videos, it would be my husband. That's my pusher man, okay? He's funding the habit back here. So I would say my husband. He is literally like my biggest supporter as far as like Booktube and the book space. And he's always like, wow, you're really good at this, or you're really enjoying this, you should keep doing this. Yeah, I would say my husband is probably was the biggest person who like played a role in my Booktube journey, because I think I've mentioned this before, like the numbers kind of trigger anxiety for me, but he's very much like, don't pay attention to that, like just keep doing what you love, keep focusing on this, like stop looking over here and just do this because this you enjoy. So yeah, he's like my biggest supporter for sure. Also, I guess like people that I really enjoyed watching, I'm going to end up tagging those people in this video, so I guess I'll save that for like later in the questions. But there are just some people that I just really have always enjoyed watching on Booktube since I got on. And I would guess that those ladies have played a significant role for me as well, because it's always nice to see someone who looks like you doing something that you want to do. But just, yeah, seeing people that look like me, who talk like me, reading books about people that look like me, was encouraging for me to get on the internet and do the same. Number 5, what kind of books do you like to read? Okay, so I would say like my favorite genre is historical fiction. I love historical fiction. Obviously in every genre there's subgenres. And when I say historical fiction, what I mean is Black historical fiction. And even within that, because Black people are not a monolith, there are so many Black people all over the world. I would say Black American historical fiction is probably my favorite genre to read. But I also enjoy all other genres. Like, I enjoy romance, I enjoy thrillers, I enjoy fantasy, which who knew? I didn't until this year. I realized I really enjoy fantasy. I'm dabbling in sci-fi. Like, I really just enjoy all books. I'm not like one of those people who only read one genre. And even though Black American historical fiction is my favorite genre, it's not even the genre that I read the most. Historical fictions are books that I typically like to sit with and take my time with, and I will reread a whole chapter. If that chapter like really impacted me, I'll go back to the front of that chapter and read it again. But I think I read pretty diversely as far as like genres go. I don't really have like one genre that I stick to. I feel like Booktube and bookish content is already a niche. I don't want a niche further down in that. Like, I like to read everything, so I'm going to read everything, and I'm going to talk about everything that I read. How has that changed since you started Booktube? I'm assuming how has the type of books that you read changed since you started Booktube? Not much, not since I've started Booktube. I think once I started my Booktube channel at the top of the year, I was already reading all the genres. What has changed my book taste though has been more in book talk, and I know that's not the question, but I'm just being honest. Like, I started book talk at the top of 2023, and that platform really introduced me to romances and to fantasy. I had never really reached for romances prior to that. It was always historical fiction or literary fiction that I reached for, but never really romances. And when I got on book talk, that's all book talk was pushing, was romances, romances, romances. And luckily I was able to get on the right side of book talk, or the side of book talk that caters to the things that I like to read. There's a whole world of indie authors that you're not gonna find in Barnes and Noble, you know? Like, you're not gonna find in a bookstore. And I would have to say book talk definitely changed my reading because of that. But also fantasy. Never would have thought I loved fantasy. I randomly picked up a fantasy book last year that was super popular. Like, you could not go anywhere without seeing this book. I didn't even buy the book. My husband just randomly brought it home one day because he realized I was really into this book thing, and he was like, I've been seeing this book everywhere, so I just brought this one home for you. And it turned out that I loved it, and it kickstarted my obsession with fantasy, and I have been in my fantasy bag ever since. What videos do you like to watch? So that's question number 7. What book videos do you like to watch? Honestly, I really enjoy book vlogs, like reading vlogs. I enjoy watching people read books in real time and like have reactions to those books when it's fresh on their mind. I personally I don't enjoy filming monthly wrap-ups because you're asking me to remember all the books that I read in the month. It's at the end of the month. Do you know how much I did in a month? I can't remember all of my thoughts and like all of my feelings and all of my opinions on these books at the end of the month, especially if I read like 10 books. I don't remember all of them, you know? So I feel like reading vlogs for me are fun to watch because it's fresh on people's mind. Also, typically when you're watching a reading vlog, you get just like a little sprinkle of people's like actual everyday life. So for me, it's like, you enjoy reading, cool, but how do you read? Like, how do you make the time to read? Where do you read? How often do you read? When you sit down to read, how long are you reading for? Like, is this a 4-hour period? Or are you only reading for 20 minutes? And I feel like you get to see that in reading vlogs more so than like sit down talking content. Editing Kayla here. So that actually wasn't the correct question. The correct question for the tag is, what videos do you like to film, not what videos you like to watch. Although my answer is the same. The videos that I like to film the most are also the videos that I like to watch the most, and that's reading vlogs. For all the same reasons that reading vlogs are my favorites to watch. So if you're going to do this tag, I'll make sure to leave the correct questions in the description box. But the question for number 7 is, what videos do you like to make? Let's get back to the video. Question number 8. Do you think your video style has changed? No, because I haven't been doing this long enough to make any changes. Like I said, I haven't even been doing this a full year yet. So I think it's changed a little bit. Hopefully it's getting better. Like, right? Hopefully it's improving from my very first video. I'd have to go back and watch, but yeah, I don't think it's changed. I don't think I have enough data to answer that question. Number 9, do you script or edit videos, and has that changed over time? I don't script videos because I don't have the time, right? This is a one-woman show. I don't have the time to script and then film and then edit. No, so I just literally turn the camera on, and what you get is what you get. I do edit the videos though, because I have a family and sometimes there's background noise. Sometimes there's people coming in asking me questions. Sometimes the dog is cutting up, so I do definitely edit the video. I want to make sure you guys are getting the best viewing experience that I can offer you. So I do also cut down pauses, and also I know that YouTube is long form content, right? But people's attention span is still only so long. So I try to, whenever I'm going back to edit, I often ask myself, does this actually have to be in there? Do they care? Is this when someone is going to click off? And I usually cut those things out. Has that changed over time? Again, there's not enough data to answer that question. I haven't really been on YouTube that long for anything to have made really any changes. What's the most viewed video on your channel? Let's look. I think I know what it is, but so the most viewed video on my channel is, okay, so it's between, oh, I didn't know that. I was gonna say my reading journal setup video. That's at 10,000 views. When that video started to get a lot of views, I remember thinking y'all, I feel like a lot of people that watched that video were planner babes, and I used to be a planner babe, recovering planner babe here. But I remember thinking they're gonna be so disappointed when I continue with this channel and it's book content, because it's one and done. I plan on making one reading journal and that's it for the year. I'm not gonna continue to make planner content. But surprisingly, that's not the most viewed video on my channel, and I didn't even know this until literally just now. The most viewed video on my channel is thrillers, mystery, and horror novels written by Black authors, and that's at 15,000, and that makes me so proud. Not necessarily because it's ooh, I got 15,000. If you haven't noticed, which I feel like if you're subscribed and you watched a few of my videos, then you've noticed, I enjoy Black authors. I enjoy books written by Black authors about Black people. And do I read diversely? Do I read from other authors who are not Black? Do I read other books that are not about Black characters? Yes, every month I'm reading something by someone who is not Black about people who are not Black. But my heart, okay, my heart sings for Black people and Black books, and those are the books that I read the most of. So for that to be the video that has the most views makes me extremely proud, because that is what I'm here for, to be quite honest, is to show you books about Black people, written by Black people. What number are we on, guys? Oh, number 11. What's your favorite video that you've ever made? I don't think I actually have one. I don't think I have a favorite video. I enjoy making all of my videos. Literally the process of filming and editing, I enjoy. So all of these, and after each video, I'm just I did it. I made another video and I posted it and it's live. And it's I'm always my first viewer. So it's all of these are my little babies. I really enjoy making it. I really enjoy doing this, guys. It is truly a love hobby for me. I don't have a video that I think I can say I enjoyed making this one the most. They've all been really fun for me to make and to edit, and I just enjoy doing them. I guess I could say maybe my favorite one to maybe watch back is a weekly vlog that I did where my husband took me to get a book signed by my favorite author for my birthday. So I guess you could consider that my birthday video. This is what the thumbnail looks like. You should check it out. But my husband took me to go meet Sadiqa Johnson, who wrote my favorite book of 2023, which was The House of Eve. That was a surprise for me. But I think I enjoyed the moment more so than the video in its entirety. So I guess because I want to have an answer for this question, I'm gonna say this is my favorite video on my channel. But it's more so the memory tied to that video. Do you have a favorite book because of Booktube? Because of Booktube, I'm assuming this is has Booktube put you on to a book and that has become your favorite book? I'm gonna say no. I think because I am also on Book Talk and Bookstagram, it's these people could also probably make Booktube videos, but I got the recommendation from Book Talk or Bookstagram. So I'm really trying to think. I will say a book that I really enjoyed, it's probably not my favorite, well, I know it's not a favorite book of all time, was When the Moon Hatched. This is a special edition I got. That's how you know I like the book, if I spent money on a special edition, by Sarah A. Parker. I saw this making its rounds on Booktube, and like I said, fantasy is something that I'm new to, but something that I'm really enjoying. So I picked this book up and shockingly really enjoyed it enough to have 2 copies of it on my shelf. But first of all, the cover is so pretty. And the fact that these dragons are here on the edges is everything. But I guess that could be something that I was influenced to read by Booktube that I probably wouldn't have picked up otherwise. But as far as like a favorite book of all time, I don't think I have a favorite book of all time that was recommended to me by Booktube. Typically, the booktubers that I watch don't necessarily read my favorite genre, which is historical fiction.
We get it, Kayla. You love historical fiction.
I really enjoy historical fiction, and the Booktube girlies the Booktube people that I watch don't necessarily make content about those books. However, the people that I will be tagging, which are my favorite booktubers of all time, do, and that's probably why they're my favorite booktubers. But they do make content and include historical fiction in those books. So, but we typically end up reading the same books anyway, because we kind of have like similar reading tastes when it comes to historical fiction. So the books that they recommended, I was either already reading or had already read. So I couldn't necessarily say that because they recommended that this was a book that they recommended to me that I loved, right? I just was already reading that book and we had that in common. But question number 13, do you have a favorite Booktube experience to tell us about? I don't think I have like a singular favorite Booktube experience, but anytime someone mentions my channel in one of their videos, I am always flabbergasted. Like, I'm always like, people are actually watching you sit on the internet and talk about books, and they're enjoying the content that you're putting out, and they're mentioning your channel. And it's always people that I was watching before I started making content, you know? So for instance, when Diamond tagged me in this video, it was kind of surreal. Like, Diamond, I started watching you last year. Now I have my own Booktube channel and you're mentioning it in your video. And not even just Diamond, but anyone who has ever mentioned me in their YouTube video, that is always just a moment that sticks out to me, because I'm like, wow, you're really making Booktube videos. You made this goal, you started implementing like the things to do this goal, and now here you are making Booktube videos. It's kind of surreal. Also, I was actually featured in a video by a channel called Vikings Library, and he reached out to me in an email asking me to film like a small little clip to be in his video. Internet is such a large place, and you kind of forget how large it is and how far you're actually putting yourself out there to be perceived by anyone and everyone, and how diverse people watching you really are. In my mind, it's like there's only women watching my videos, but when he reached out to me, I realized it's like, no, it's not only Black women watching your videos. Like, your videos are being watched by other people. So that was kind of surreal. And I'll leave that video link down below if you want to watch it. Let's see, number 14. What does your book collection look like? And you guys kind of see it every day in the back of my videos. It's literally a little corner, a little book nook in our homeschool room. We'll be moving soon though, and that's gonna change. My little book nook is going to go away. It's going to be such a headache to pack up all these books, but we'll be moving soon, and hopefully I'll have my own book room / office space. So that'll be fun for you guys to come, you know, help me decorate that. What advice would you give to new people? I think I typed this question out wrong. I think the question is, what advice would you give to new people trying to get into Booktube? My advice, I don't have much because I still consider myself a newbie. I haven't even been doing this a full year yet. So I would say just do it. Your first video you're probably going to hate, but post it anyway. Film the videos and post it anyway. That's going to be my advice. You'll get better with time. Just do it. I think another piece of advice I would give to someone who is just getting started would be to make friends on Booktube. That makes the experience more fun. Okay, the last question we have is not really a question. It's just a call to action to tag people. And I'm excited. I'm going to tag literally y'all my favorite booktubers, period. Okay, when I say my favorite booktubers, I mean when they upload, I watch. I don't care if that video is 30 seconds. I don't care if that video is 2 hours. I'm seated and watching these 3 ladies, okay? No exaggeration. No exaggeration. I am obsessed with their channels. You know how you have just like your comfort people? Like you would play these people while you're cleaning your house. Like these are your comfort people. These are my 3. Okay, the first one I'm going to tag, and I don't know any of these ladies, right? I found some bookish friends here through Booktube that I talk to all the time, either like through DM or, you know, here on this platform, like we comment on each other's videos all the time. These three ladies, I don't have that relationship with. These are literally just people that I enjoy watching. So first we have Lex Reads. Lex Reads, I watch, literally she always uploads and I watch it while I work. So it's like at the beginning of every shift, which I work Monday through Friday. Monday through Friday, I'm going to Lex Reads to see has she uploaded yet? Because it feels weird to be working if I'm not watching one of her videos or if I haven't watched one of her videos for the week. So Lex Reads, I love her recommendations for historical fiction. We pretty much have the same taste when it comes to historical fiction. But I also love that she recommends books that are kind of like backlisted, that are older, that are not new release, that people are not really talking about or singing their praises. She also recommends authors that people just don't really discuss. And I love that. She's always putting me on to older authors that I need to like read and get to. And typically it's Black literature. She ends all of her videos by saying, I'm such a nerd, such a fan, right? She ends all of her videos by saying, I'll be back with more Black books. And I love that. And I always say that with her. When she says that, I'm always, I'll be back with more Black books. And I'm like, period, I'll be watching. The next person I'm going to be tagging is Shelby from Shelby and the Book Club. Shelby is another person that I watch while I work. Every week I'm looking, has Shelby uploaded? Because if I'm working, then I need to be either watching Lex Reads or Shelby from Shelby and the Book Club. Shelby recommends a lot of books that I enjoy. We have very similar reading tastes when it comes to historical fiction as well as just like literary fiction in general. Our taste seems to align, but I just love Shelby's commentary on books. It also gives me like helpful reminders about authors that I need to be reading from. Same with Lex, but it's just like, yeah, like I think she made one of her recent videos was like authors you should be reading or authors y'all are not talking about that you should be. And a lot of those authors on that list I know about. A lot of those authors I have on my shelf, but I haven't been reading them. And I was like, you're right, Shelby. We need to be reading them. Thanks for the reminder. So Shelby from Shelby and the Book Club, love her down. And then my OG, triple OG, I call her my OG, y'all, because I think she's probably one of the first YouTubers that I was able to find on Booktube when I started watching Booktube, and that is Chocolate Covered Pages. I love her because she's so different. She's unique and she's herself. Like, you know when you can watch and just tell someone that it's authentically their self. They're just who they are and they are that way unapologetically. That's Chocolate Covered Pages for me. I love her content. We also have very similar tastes when it comes to historical fiction, which if you haven't been able to tell, all three of these ladies share the same taste in historical fiction as me. And that's probably why I found their channels. But she also reads a lot of urban fiction and she has put me on to a lot of urban fiction. She also reads a lot of indie romance authors. She's put me on to a lot of those as well. We don't necessarily have the same taste when it comes to those two, but she's always putting someone new on my radar. These three ladies I feel like cover all of my bases. With Lex Reads, I'm going to get unsung, right? That's one of her things that she does a lot. She's like, these are unsung authors who don't get enough praise. I'm going to get that from Lex. When I'm watching Shelby from Shelby and the Book Club, I'm going to get quality literature, Black literature. I'm also going to get historical fiction, which I love. She's also going to give me a little indie romance every now and then. When I watch Chocolate Covered Pages, I'm getting everything. I'm getting everything from Chocolate Covered Pages, and I love that because that's what I like to read. I like to read a little bit of everything, and Chocolate Covered Pages is going to have me covered on every single base. A thriller, she got it. Urban fiction, she got it. A romance, she got it. Fantasy, she got it. Like, what do you need? Historical fiction, she got it. I love it. So yeah, these three ladies I'm tagging, and I think I've gushed enough. If you haven't noticed, I'm fangirling right now, but these three are my faves. Hands down. I'm going to tag their channels below because you definitely need to check them out. And ladies, if you're watching this, please, please, please join in on this tag because I would love to know your answers to these questions. That's all I have for you today, guys. Thank you so much, Diamond, for tagging me in this video. This was so fun to film, and I'm going to have so much fun watching everyone else's answers to these questions. Even if I don't tag you and you like these questions, do the tag, babe, and tag me in it, and I'm going to watch it because I'm nosy like that, and I want to know all about your booktube journey. So thanks again to Diamond for tagging me. I'm also going to link the original creator to this video down below, and I will see you guys in my next video. Bye.